Hey everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of the Easy Video Learning Series from plentyoftutors.com. Today we're going to be talking about how to add up mixed numbers. So let's get started and have a look at an example here. Let's say you wanted to add up 2 2/3 plus 3 4/5. Well, first of all, why are these mixed numbers? It's simply because you've got a whole number mixed with a fraction. How would you add these up? Well, the first step is we're going to convert these into improper fractions. And to do that, you would take the whole number, multiply by the denominator, and then add the numerator, and that's all going to be divided by 3. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And that means that 8 over 3 is going to be equivalent to 2 2/3. They're the exact same thing. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4 is 19, and we get 19 over 5. So now we have two fractions, but they have different denominators. And we know in order to add up two fractions, they have to have the same common denominator. So how are we going to find that? Well, one of the easiest ways to do that is to simply multiply the denominators together. Let's see what happens if we do that. 3 times 5 is 15. And then you have to ask yourself, is 15 the lowest common multiple of 3 and 5? Is it the lowest number that 3 and 5 can both go evenly into? And the answer is yes, it is. So in this case, we found the lowest common multiple just by multiplying the two denominators, and we're going to use that as our lowest common denominator. In some cases, it might not work out that easy. You might have to do some additional calculations in order to find the lowest common denominator. So now we have to convert 8 over 3 into a fraction of 15. How are we going to do that? Well, we simply look at the denominators, 3 and 15, and think to ourselves, how did we get to 15 from 3? And the answer is we simply multiplied 3 times 5. So, with fractions, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So if we multiplied by 5 here, we're also going to multiply 8 by 5, and we're going to get 40. Similarly over here, how did we get to 15 from 5? We multiplied by 3. And so we're going to do the same thing to the top. 19 times 3 is 57. So now we have two fractions. They have the same denominator, and that means in order to add them up, all we have to do is simply add the numerators. 40 and 57. And we get 97 over 15. So, this answer is technically correct. However, you may want to convert this back into a mixed number. And so let's have a look at how you would do that. There's many ways you can do this. However, the way I like to do it is simply take out your calculator, divide 97 divided by 15, and I get 6.4666 repeating. Okay, so now we're going to use that to help us figure out how can we make this into a mixed number again. Well, we're going to take this whole number here, 6, and so we know the answer is going to be 6 and something, and the something is the 0.466 repeating. So we need to convert that into a fraction. How are we going to do that? Well, again, there's a number of ways you could do that, but the way I like to do it is, first of all, think about, let's convert 6 into a fraction of 15. So what number divided by 15 is equal to 6? And to get that number, you simply take 6 times 15. And so 6 times 15 is going to be 60 plus 30 is 90. And that means that 6 is equivalent to 90 over 15. Well, we know our answer is 97 over 15. So the question now is, if the whole number 6 is contributing 90 over 15, how many more 15s do we need to equal 97? And the way to get that is to simply take 97, take away 90, and you end up with 7. So we now know that the answer is going to be 6 and 7/15. Now, the only last thing that we need to do is check and see if it is 7/15 in lowest terms. Is there any whole number that can divide evenly into 7 and 15? And the answer is no. So that means that we know our answer is 6 and 7/15, and that's in the form of a mixed number in lowest terms. Okay, and that concludes our first episode of the Easy Video Learning Series from plentyoftutors.com. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.